Hey guys, I'm back. Welcome back to the weekly vlogs. It's been a while, hasn't it? First of all, sorry you guys that it abruptly ended. Basically what happened is that someone very dear, very close to me passed away, so I really needed the time to mourn, and not only that, it hit me pretty hard, and I'm not over it completely still, so. But I felt, you know what, I feel a little better now, and vlogging will definitely help. So that's why here I am, back. So I didn't abandon the vlogs, it's just that I didn't have, my mental state wasn't allowing me to vlog. But yeah, I'm back. I'm also back from my trip from Korea and Hong Kong. Amazing trip. There were some ups and downs, but there were more ups than downs. It was weird vlogging again, because first of all, I guess I will go over the pros and cons first, but in general it was a good trip, but vlogging was a little difficult for me because I hadn't vlogged in a while, and being in a foreign country where the language is an issue, especially in Korea, it made things difficult to vlog because in Korea, there are very strict recording laws, especially in public and in private areas. You can't get their faces. If you get their faces, you have to blur them out. Even on Instagram pictures. If you don't have the person's consent to post on Instagram, you have to blur their face out. I knew that way before I even traveled to Korea, but even in areas where I felt it was okay to vlog, I still felt like I shouldn't have, because I would turn on, and Korea, or Seoul in general, I've noticed, people mind their own business. They go about their own business. They don't look at you much. They just go from point A to point B. But I've noticed sometimes when I start vlogging, I get many stares. Granted, I get stares here, but they would just stare and just walk away. I noticed, and so when I started vlogging with this camera, people would look at me and they would quickly avoid my background as if I'm filming them. So that was a big difference I noticed. It's hard to explain that, but I felt like they were like, oh my god, what are you doing? So I felt a little bit uneasy there, so it stopped. I did film stuff with my phone a bit because that was more subtle, and clearly I'm taking a selfie of using my phone, right? So I felt that maybe next time if I go, I'll vlog more on my phone. But maybe next time will be different. I'm definitely back. So that was one of the cons. Hong Kong was totally fine, but in general I think I haven't vlogged in a while, so it was not familiar for me. That's why it was really hard. I've been back for a day. I'm heavily jet lagged. It's currently 7 p.m. and I feel like I want to go to sleep already, but I must last till at least 9 or 10 p.m, which I can. I've done 2 loads of laundries. I have 1 more going because I bought a lot of clothes, and because of the bed bug scare that started, they found bed bugs in Korea after I left, and they found a lot of bed bugs in Hong Kong afterwards on the sky trains and stuff, on the subway system. So I got a little anxious about it, so I deep washed everything in my suitcase. I checked my suitcase thoroughly before I plopped it on the carpet. No bed bugs, I'm good. But yeah, and then I also received some bad news about work, which I'll go over later, because at the beginning I'll go over the pros and cons of traveling to Seoul and Hong Kong. Pro. The cost of food is much lower. Example being the convenience stores, unlike in North America, are actually for convenience. You're paying for cheap stuff real quick. And I bought a bottle of water there several times at different convenience stores for like 75 cents Canadian, or even $1 at most. Here, if I want a bottle of water anywhere, I'm lucky to get it under $3. I actually haven't bought a bottle of water here for $3 at all. No, it's always been 3 or above. So yeah, that is definitely a pro. If you're thirsty, you can find a bottle of water for cheap. A con. A pro and con. The navigation apps that were told to download that'll help me, Kakao Maps and Neighbor Maps, they worked very well, but not all the time. For example, Kakao Maps didn't work for me at all. Neighbor Map worked, I would say, 75% of the time, and that was because the inconsistency. What I mean with the inconsistency is that at the beginning, when I first downloaded the app here at home,
it was a lot of it was still in Korean, so I changed to English, and even then it was still, I would say 80% of the app was still in Korean, which is fine. I landed in Korea, and then I was like, I gotta try using the app, I'm gonna get lost. I used the app, and most of it changed to English, it was 90%. I was like, good, maybe it took some time for it to convert. It started working, but then the inconsistency happened where when I would put in a location I want to go to, it would, like Google Maps, they'll tell you, are you walking there, driving there, or taking transit? Or click transit, and it would tell me what line to take, what numbers to take. But the inconsistency is where it was telling you how. Majority of the time, it'll tell me which subway line, the name of the subway line, the name of the station, and the number. Like the stations had names and a number to it. Like station 408 was blah blah blah. So because the Korean names were very long, I tend to use the number 408, 409, 410, that kind of stuff. But for some reason, sometimes the app doesn't show me the number for the station. It just shows me the name. So I don't know why there was inconsistency of it, because I relied so much on the number instead of the name, because it's faster for me to recognize it. So I was like surprised it was so inconsistent. I was pressing around for the number sometimes, like why is the station number not showing? It was just weird and inconsistent. I'm not sure, but as I said, it wasn't that much of a con because it worked 80% of the time.
Pro. The cost of things are significantly cheaper. I don't know what it is like for everyone else, but in Canada, the prices for certain brands are more expensive, food's more expensive. I get it with food, portion sizes are much smaller, but at the same time, sometimes the portions here are ridiculous, you can't finish your food. But the cost of food and clothes is just way cheaper. An example is, I bought 4 pairs of glasses in Korea. No, sorry, 3 pairs of glasses. And the cost came out to the same as buying 1 pair in Canada. Even cheaper. I'll leave you with that. Kind of a con, but also not really, the language barrier. That was expected. But believe it or not, a lot of places I didn't encounter any language barriers because a lot of it, tourist areas, English is pretty heavy. And I didn't really encounter it until I go to more remote places. But in general, I don't think language was an issue. A lot of Koreans speak English and they actually speak it better than most places I've been to. So that was quite surprising. People kept saying I had to learn some Korean words, which I did. But I didn't really need to use it. In fact, me using it caused more problems. Because I would say 안녕하세요 or 감사합니다, and then they'll just assume I speak full Korean and just give up English. Whereas I rectified that or remedied it by going 안녕하세요, hello, using both. That way they know that I'm trying, but I also don't speak it. That's why I used hello too. So then they would then still continue in English. I made the mistake the first 2 days where I just spoke 안녕하세요 at the beginning and then they're like full on Korean. And when I tell them I don't speak Korean, they're like, really? Why not? You look Korean. Your last name's Lee. I'm like, oh, no. So it was really interesting and kind of funny. They also do appreciate it when you try. Like when I tried to speak Korean, they were very patient with me. But then when things got a little more complicated, they just switched to English, which I appreciated. So as I said, it's not really a con, kind of a pro in my opinion, but I don't have many cons for this list. Con. The weather is very unpredictable. It can be extremely sunny and then very cloudy the next minute and all of a sudden it starts raining. So the weather is very unpredictable, but the weather forecasting is very well done that you can prepare in advance. Next one is kind of a pro and a con, and that comes down to clothes shopping. As a guy, I think guys have it easier because the sizing works out a little better, because right now currently a lot of guys in Korea like wearing baggy clothes. So even though it might seem small, it still fits me, but it won't have baggy. You know what I mean? But in general, if I found myself having just to go up one size sometimes, and it fits me perfectly. On I think 2 occasions I bought 2 sizes up because I wanted to have the baggy look, and I was concerned if I put it in the dryer it will shrink. So that's why. I understand why girls would find more problems, because as I was going to these shops, I look at the men's section, I would glance at the women's section, and when I see their large sizes, even if they carry large, it just still looks really small and petite. So I can understand why girls could have a difficult time finding it. But I also found a lot of stores with a lot more sizing, and the sizing is more realistic. I can't remember the locations where I went, but don't be discouraged if you can't find anything in the first 2 shops. Just walk around more. Like in Hongdae, I came across a bunch of shops, both for men and women, that had sizes that were just not ridiculous. It was just normal sizing. But the con with it is that you can't try clothes on. As a guy, it was easy for me to put on my back and have the salesperson, they're very nice, to say if it fits or not. And if it doesn't, they'll straight up say, hey, it won't fit, it won't work, it'll shrink. They'll be like, they've multiple times they'll stretch it out for me, saying, yeah, it's like this, but when you wear it, but I'm pretty sure if you put it in the dryer, it will shrink. Don't buy it, buy a size up. And they're like, I'm not calling you fat. So they're very nice about it, but the thing is, there are no changing rooms unless you go to like big department stores. But in general, if you're trying to save $1, you're gonna go to some places like Hongdae and Myeongdong to buy clothes. Don't be surprised when you can't try it on. I sound so groggy right now. Yeah, no, time flew by the last 2 days. I feel like I wasted the last 2 days. And then I have one more day tomorrow that's to myself, and then I'm back to work. I'm just not in the greatest mood right now. It could be like a case of vacation blues, but honestly, it's a matter of what happened at work that I didn't really share with you guys yet. And also me realizing that it could be vacation blues, but I'm not entirely happy being in Vancouver. Let's put it that way. As I said, someone very close to me passed away not too long ago, and Vancouver has become somewhat of a sad place. So, and it doesn't help that I just went on vacation to an awesome place. So partly vacation blues and probably what happened in the past, that's what's making me not like Vancouver a lot right now. I think it sucks here right now. Anyway, I thought of another pro from traveling is that what I noticed more in Seoul than Hong Kong is that I felt a lot safer. Like I knew in general the country was a little safer, but I didn't know it was that safe. People would leave their bags at coffee shops unattended to save a seat and walk away to line up to buy coffee or go somewhere else, and they don't have to worry about their bag being stolen. It's that safe. I would walk around at 3 in the morning in the streets. Yes, I'm a guy, but I did not feel like unsafe at all whatsoever. Like, I think it's also the fact that there's CCTVs everywhere, so if anything bad happens, it's recorded. And honestly, because there's so many CCTVs, I guess that's why there's no point for these petty thefts to happen. Because if you're gonna get caught, maybe the criminals are thinking, if I'm gonna get caught, I might as well get caught doing something that's more worth it. I don't know, but I just I felt very safe. Whereas here in Vancouver, with all the constant shoplifting, this is a lot of bad things I'm having in Vancouver, especially on public transit, that I don't feel always that safe in Vancouver. I'm lucky I'm in Vancouver because I heard Toronto's worse. So yeah, it's interesting. And that's another pro I thought of. I think these are just gonna pop in my head as I go this week. Where am I? Yeah, my kitchen's a little bit messy. My coffee table's a little messy. So I think my mood would definitely improve a little bit if I finish cleaning. So that's why I'm not going to play video games. I'm quickly put laundry and then clean up the coffee table. And hopefully my boots will help. And then tomorrow I don't have to clean or anything. I can just relax. Alright, let's lift up the spirits of this vlog. I was a bit of a downer a minute ago. So let's not do that anymore. I finished folding all my laundry. Everything's clean now. I just have one more thing to clean, which is the coffee table. And I'm done. So, spirits lifted. I don't feel as down anymore. But let me show you what I got. So, basically, everything in Korea and in Hong Kong was much cheaper. I just expected things that were made in Korea and local, brands would be cheap. But all the Western brands I encountered when I walked into malls were also cheaper, which really surprised me. Because here in Canada, it was just inflation, everything has gone up. But I think things went up in Korea too, but not at the same pace. Because everything was just cheaper. And in Hong Kong too. But in Korea, I'll show you what I bought. I mostly spent most of my time in Hongdae. So I got a lot of the stuff that were made in Korea. I actually made sure when I was buying things to make sure they were actually made in Korea, but read the tag. So I got this really cool hoodie. It's from a shop in Hongdae. Ooh, it's still a little damp
I need to try more. But I got this in Hongdae. It's a hoodie with like a short sleeve but long sleeve kind of vibe going on it. I think I can rock it. Problem is I couldn't try it on, but the sizing it feels like it should be right. I need to hang this again. It's still a little damp. And then I got some really nice, like thin but not too thin long sleeves. I got this one brand that says Michigan on it. I just like that was blue. That's why I got it. And then I got this plain cream color long sleeve that's pretty thin, so good to layer with. And then, of course, I stopped by Yonsei University, one of the places I really wanted to visit, and I got the leather city jacket and a hoodie. But I messed up because you couldn't. A lot of the things weren't. It wasn't really organized very well. I don't know what was going on at the school store, but I thought I picked up a hoodie, but it was a zip-up hoodie. But that's fine. Next time I'll pick up a hoodie with no zipper. I picked up a Yonsei long sleeve there for sure. This one I really, really like. And then I spent a lot of time in Korea's version of Uniqlo called Spao, S-P-A-O. And I love their stuff. If I had more time and more room in my suitcase, I would have bought more from that store. A lot of their stuff has this mascot on it, which is like a bear. I don't know if it'll zoom in properly on it. But yeah, it's really cute, and it comes in a variety of clothing, so it's really cute. So I got this collar shirt that's long sleeve, and I got some dress shirt versions as well. This one's has a little wrinkly, you iron it, but again, it has the bear on it. Really, really cute. And then I got a blue one. I need to iron these. Also very cute. Like, people call it Korea's Uniqlo. The pricing is similar to Uniqlo. Like, the pricing is somewhat the same. But of course, because I was in Korea, it's cheaper. But these are all made in Korea too, which I like. That's why I like that brand. So that's what I got in Korea. Let me show you what I got in Hong Kong. So with Hong Kong, I didn't really find anything local that I really liked. But what surprised and shocked me was the fact that some of the big brands were so much cheaper than it was here in Canada. Like, the biggest purchase was definitely my new pair of Dunks. Like, I bought them for retail. First of all, they had stock. I can't get a pair of Dunks retail cost in Vancouver to save my life, because those resellers line up because they get tipped off by those store managers from Foot Locker and all that stuff, and they know when they get launched or they get restocked, so they line up and buy it all. And I'm pretty sure the store managers get a cut. I can't prove it, but I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. Why else would they be telling all those resellers, right? So there's never a chance in hell in Vancouver to get Dunks at retail price, let alone the color you want. I walked past a Nike store in Hong Kong, and they had every single color Dunk possible and all the sizes. So I don't know why, but I was able to get this blue pair for like $85 Canadian, when even retail I think it's $150 here. I could be wrong, because I don't know the retail price here in Canada, because I can only see the reselling price. And I think I bought my Panda Dunks for like $250, which is criminal. I should just bought it in Hong Kong. No, if I want Dunks, I'm going back to Hong Kong to get them. It's ridiculous here. There's never a chance now, but guys, if you need a pair, go to Hong Kong. Don't bother paying those resellers to screw us over. Because right now, there is no chance for you to get a retail unless you line out and beat those resellers. But you're not going to get tipped off, because they get tipped off by those store managers. Anyway, another brand that was cheap, it was Stussy. This shirt I got for like $25 Canadian, which I think retail, if I were to get in a store in Canada, was probably going to be like $50 or even more, but I don't know the cost of it, but it's definitely cheaper. Nice design. I got two of them. I didn't wash my other one yet, but it's a white basic one. You know what's also really cheap that surprised me? Essentials. I got these two Essential t-shirts, and I know they were legit because it came in bags, because you would ask for the size you want and then he'll pick it up. It's a small little shops. There's plenty. It's like reseller shops, but they don't resell at crazy prices. Anyway, this place in Hong Kong that I went to is basically all these big brands. They're all kind of resellers, but you have to go to different stores to check prices. This one was the best price, and I knew it was legit because when I asked for the size, which was large,
he went to grab them and they were all packed nicely, and the logo on the bags was from Senses. So they got it from the legit store. But the cost of these, I think they were like $50 Canadian. If I were to buy it myself here in Canada, I think I would have to probably spend maybe, if I'm lucky, $100. I could be wrong, don't quote me on that, but saved money on that. It's just funny how they bought it in Canada, brought it to Hong Kong, for me to buy it in Hong Kong to bring it back to Canada. It's kind of funny. So I got 2 of those because the guy gave me a deal if I bought 2. He gave me 15% off both of them if I bought 2. So there's also promos they do. So cheap. And then I think this is a Hong Kong brand. I don't know, but I just really liked it. It's called Blockbait. It has many really cool logos, but one of the logos they do is this dog, and it's really cute. And of course, I fall for it. I got 2 long sleeves, 1 blue one that's wearing a beanie, and then I got one that's wearing a tiny little green scarf. It also has a lot of cool designs. I didn't get the other ones because it didn't really suit me, but definitely check it out. I really like this brand. And then finally, the biggest purchase is probably my Essentials hoodie. I got the gray one. Yeah. This one I got was probably the most expensive purchase of the trip. I think it was about... there's no tax. I think if I did the exchange rate correctly, I think it was $95 Canadian. You can't get Essentials hoodie for less than $100 in Canada. So that was definitely a steal. It was from the same place I got the t-shirts. So awesome deal. He told me the newer Essentials styles were cheaper than the old ones, because the old ones you don't find anymore. So that's why they're more expensive. So it was a good hit. I will definitely remember that merchant and go back when I can, because he was really nice, and he gave me 25% off this one too. So very nice guy, because I bought so much. But yeah, another pro traveling to Korea and Hong Kong is that things are cheaper. Yeah, they have to go through inflation too, but at a slower rate, I guess. So save your money, go there to buy things. I forgot to show you guys the Yonsei varsity jacket I got. So this is the leather varsity jacket I got. That's the one that you always see in K-dramas that they wear. So it's the main body of it is just the normal fabric, but then the arms, the sleeves, are all leather. So yeah. Surprisingly, it wasn't that expensive. It was only... I thought it would be over $100 Canadian, but it came out to $65 Canadian. I was quite surprised, and it's made in Korea, and it's really good quality, and it's really warm. There's actually padding in here. But the thing is, I guess if it gets really cold in Korea, which it does, you can wear a hoodie. I purposely got a little bit bigger for me because I like to wear hoodies anyway, so I'll put a hoodie over it, and then there's a hood. Now, the other thing I got, I thought was just a pullover hoodie. Thing is, the store wasn't really organized well. Everything was like displayed, and then you just find the packs that you need of what you want, because they're all samples outside. So I thought when I grabbed this was a hoodie version of that, a pullover hoodie, but then I couldn't really inspect it because it's all wrapped in plastic, and I felt it would be kind of rude of me to open it to inspect it. So that's why I didn't do it, but I realized too late that it is literally like the varsity jacket with a hood. It's much thinner, there's no leather, and it's zip up, but the back's a little different, and I think it's actually really good quality too. It's made in Korea. It's actually quite warm for a zip up hoodie. It's very soft. It still has the Yonsei on the side of it, the emblem. I will probably wear this more often than the leather jacket actually, because it's actually more of the thinner material, because right now it's not that cold yet in Vancouver, so I can wear this with my Noopsy North Face jacket. Noopsy North Face vest, not my jacket. So yeah, this might have been an oopsie, but I actually really like this hoodie. So as I said, maybe next time when I go back to Korea and you go to Yonsei again, I'll buy a pullovers hoodie and make sure it's right. Because hopefully next time my friend that speaks Korean will be there, and he can translate a little better than me asking in English. And they were very helpful, to be fair. Okay, much anticipated grocery run was needed because my fridge was empty. I spent the day with my mom. We went to go grocery shopping together. We split a big carton of eggs because I can't eat a whole carton of eggs. We got some grapes. And then I got this new mandarin orange juice drink from the Korean Mart. Oh, it's really dark, guys. There we go. Sorry about that. And then I got some little mini sausages, bean sprouts, and some proteins I can cook. Wearing one of my new long sleeves. Very cute with a little dog here with a scarf. I just basically walked in the door. Had a very long day at work. But I thought I'd vlog. I'm gonna quickly eat something because, as I mentioned, my stomach has been feeling very iffy since I've been back. Like, it's still bugging me. It's a little better today, so we'll see. If I don't feel any better by next week, I think I'm gonna go see a doctor because it shouldn't last that long, even if it's constipation or upset tummy. I don't know what it is. But one thing I noticed that didn't help is because of my tummy, I'm not really eating. I'm just eating one meal or eating little snacks. So by the time around 8 o'clock, I'm not hungry, but apparently I am, because in the middle of the night, the reason why I'm waking up and not getting good sleep, one of the factors is I think the acid or the air is like stuck in my esophagus, so I keep feeling like there's something like trying to come out. I think it's the acid and stuff, so I think I should eat something. Nothing big. I'm just gonna have some fruit and maybe some skyfall crackers because those would be nice and calm for my stomach. Hence the grapes. These are really good grapes. And so sorry for the boring vlog. I'm currently still editing my Korea trip vlog and my Hong Kong vlog, so I don't know when that's gonna be up. This vlog will definitely be up before those two. But yeah, I can't think of any more pros and cons. But in general, my large portion of my trip was with my mom. And I must say, traveling with your mom or dad is different when you're older. I actually recommend, once you get to my age, or even younger, a little bit younger than me, to go on a trip with your mom or your dad. It's a different experience because when you're younger, like in your 5 to like young adult teens, it's a different experience because your parents, or your mom in my case, would plan the trip catered to me to make sure I'm enjoying the trip. But they're not worried about what they want to do or want to see. So they're always they're always watching out for you, making sure you're fed, making sure you sleep and all that stuff, and they're basically kind of stressed on vacation. But as you're older, it's different because you're a mature adult, so your tastes might have aligned. And it's a different experience because they don't have to watch you anymore because I'm a grown-up ass adult, so they can enjoy themselves more, and they don't have to purposely cater the trip around activities for kids because I'm an adult. So all the activities that me and my mom did, we both enjoyed because we didn't have to cater for one another. I didn't have to look after my mom because, you know, she's a grown-ass adult. She has 2 feet, 2 hands. She's still capable of walking. She's still strong. She didn't watch me because I'm an adult. So it was a different experience. Shopping was different. Usually when I was younger, my mom would rush to look at things she liked because she was worried that our patience was growing thin, which was true. But now, like, she could look at her clothes and I'm there with her. I'm not bored because I'll be looking, giving my opinion too. So it's a very different experience, and
I must say I actually quite enjoyed traveling with my mom. There were times where her nagging got kind of annoying, but you know, that's a given. I'm definitely gonna travel with my mom again. I had a lot of fun. Maybe next year we'll go to Hong Kong again together, who knows? But yeah, I really recommend it. Go traveling with your mom or dad once you become an adult. It's a whole new experience, and I guarantee you'll probably have a lot of fun. Anyway, if I come up with any more pros and cons in the future, I'll bring them in the future vlogs, but I think I'm gonna end the week here. Sorry for lackluster week. I will get started on the Korea vlog and the Hong Kong vlog ASAP, but this vlog will probably be up first. So yeah, if you guys travel to Korea or whatever and have any pros and cons, let me know, because my list could be different from yours. In general, I do miss Hong Kong and Korea so much. It's very different. It's depressing to come back to Canada and see the prices. It really is. Anyway, before I go into a downward spiral, I'll see you all next week.